Balada. In today's assembly, we're going to be talking about hope. So my first question is, what is it that gives you hope? I wonder if you've ever thought about what was so good about Good Friday and why was it called Good Friday? Because it's actually when Christians believe that Jesus was betrayed, arrested, put on trial, beaten and put to death. It's difficult to see what is good about that. Crucifixion was a slow and painful death, and it was also embarrassing. But Christians say it was good because of what happened after. That it remembers the death of Jesus that Christians believe offered new life, new hope and new possibilities. And sometimes we can live in hopelessness where we think, I can't cope, I don't see a way out, I'm so upset with everything. We can feel frightened, worried and hopeless. And this might result in us staying in bed, having arguments with loved ones and maybe even isolating and withdrawing. But to have hope, we need to think that, sometimes it might mean that we need help with something, but that we can get through this, and that this might just be a setback, and we can adjust. We need to feel determined and hopeful, and know that we can always reach out to other people for help, get support from loved ones, and make sure that we keep in contact with others. Like Martin Luther King says, we must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope.
Walt Disney has a great story of hope. As Walt Disney tried to start his creative career, he faced many challenges. He was laid off, he was unemployed, he had huge money losses, and he even had 2 failed businesses. From the outside looking in, you would have thought that he was a failure. But Walt Disney never lost hope. Even on his bad days, his determination outweighed his failures. One day, on his 3rd business, his dreams looked like they were coming true. A character he helped create, called Oswald the Rabbit, was making profit. He hopped on a train from Los Angeles to New York to negotiate a distribution deal with Universal. Walt was crushed when he learned the hard truth. He didn't even own the rights to his character. It was the start of the Great Depression, and Walt Disney had realised that Universal was in the process of stealing his character and the animators who worked for him. On a train home, instead of giving up hope, he knew he had to fight back. Walt knew that he had to respond fast before his 2nd studio was dealt with the same fate of bankruptcy. Walt thought back to his life and the experiences that led him up to that moment. And in line of that, he struck genius. He thought back to the little mouse that he met when he was in a studio in Kansas City. He drew out his pencil and paper and started to sketch out the very first drawing of Mickey Mouse. When he returned to Los Angeles, he already had the blueprint of the most successful comic figure in history in his back pocket. Walt Disney was a dreamer. He was courageous, he had determination, he was adaptable, and most of all, he held on to his hope. The growing Disney empire was all started with one dream and one small mouse. And one thing that we can learn from Walt Disney stories is that the difference between winning and losing is often not quitting, even on your bad days.
Here is the word of the week from the Bible that says, there is surely a future hope for you, and your hope will not be cut off.